Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM Information Station. My name is Tim Zalback. It's time now for the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. Now I'm sitting down with a couple of the coordinators from Safe Passage with Debbie Prince and, of course, Denise Evans. How are you guys doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
Fine. I'm doing super well today, and I'm even happier to be sitting down with a couple people from Safe Passage. You guys do great things for the Taylorville community, and if you don't know about Safe Passage, Denise, I'd love for you to explain a little bit about Safe Passage before we get going.
Okay, Safe Passage has been here in Taylorville for about 4 years, and it is a program started by Judge Brad Paisley that anyone that needs help, that's an addict, can walk into the Taylorville City Police Department or call us, and we will screen them and get them into rehab and counseling, whatever they might need.
There it is. And it's a simple idea, but gosh, is it important? And we talk about it every time I hear about it. I just think we need to have one of these in every single police department.
We do.
In the country. It would solve a lot of our problems.
Right.
And new on the show with us is Debbie Prince. You have a pretty cool role over there that I want to get into later. But what have you been doing recently with the Safe Passage?
I see a lot of clients that the county has incarcerated at the jail. And their attorneys or the public defender will call and want us to go over and see them. So I'll set up a time with the jail to go over and talk to them, whether they're male, female, whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever their addiction is. And I'll go over and screen them. And then I will start calling rehab centers. And then they do an assessment with the rehab center while I'm sitting there. And then we make arrangements for them to go to rehab, and we transport them to rehab. And when they complete the rehab, we go back to pick them up, and they automatically go back to jail. It's not, you don't get out of jail, just, you have to go back. You have to go in front of the judge, and then the judge makes the decision whether you go home or you're still incarcerated. We do have to get furloughs for them, and it's rewarding. Yeah,
I bet. I'm always just amazed with how much of the process you guys are just involved in. It's the whole process from transportation to finding the rehab center. You have to call around to that. It's just unbelievable. And now the problem is outreach. We need people to know about this. So what's been going on with that? How can we get more people to know about this?
Well, this year we're really pushing the outreach. We are just going to get our federal or state grant that it'll be the third year that we'll have it. It starts January 1st and it'll go for a year. And so far we've been doing great. So they've been rewarding it to us. This will be the third year, $268,000. And that sounds like, oh my gosh, what do you do with that money? Because we have to try to use it in 1 year. But that goes for salaries, for transportation, to transport all these people around, supplies in the office, education. We have went to mental health training. The city officers, some of them have also went to the mental health training so they can understand when they see these people out on the street, how to work with them and everything also. But we end up using it. We, say we have someone homeless and they need help, for a room a night or so before we can get them into rehab. We help them that way also. Thursday is when I have the Zoom meeting and they will grant that or vote on it, which I'm pretty sure hopefully they do, but we have to be there to see. Also next week, I have a Zoom meeting with Head Start, and that will be giving the parents information about substance abuse and everything, if they might help it or need it. We also are looking forward to when school starts. And next month, we'll be going into the schools and like before school starts, they have a meet and greet with the teachers and everything. The parents come in, and we will also be there, and just to tell the parents about substance abuse and what to look for, and everything like that. So we're just really trying to get the word out. Like I said last month, I'm just surprised because I think everybody in the world knows about Safe Passage, and there's so many people in Taylorville that have never heard of it before, so it's, something that, like you said a while ago, every police department needs it. And that's another thing that I'm going to start working on, Central Illinois South, getting a hold of different police departments and trying to get Safe Passage started there.
Yeah, you could really start a movement with that.
Oh, yeah.
I think here.
Yeah.
And 3 year in a row with grants, and you're looking for the fourth. And you just kind of mentioned where all that money goes to. You don't think about it all the time with transportation and all that. Rehab centers cost money. Does that grant money get tossed into that as well, or does that fall on someone else?
If it has to, a lot of times they'll have insurance or state insurance, and it'll cover that. But, sometimes these people come in and they might not have anything with them. So we, get them some clothes and different things like that.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about the operationalization, that's a long word there, of all of this, which is going to be you, Debbie Prince here. You're actually going into the prisons here, and for people that call you or don't call you, you're going in to find eligible people. And anyone can be eligible, but how does your job work there when you get there?
Well, we have to be called. We have to be called by an attorney or the state's attorney or the public defender to go to the jail. We can't just go over there. But when we get there, we go in, and they bring the client out to us in one of the conference rooms or wherever, and we sit down face to face with them, and I do the assessment and talk to them a little bit about what's going on in their life and how can we help get this fixed. And they're usually pretty open about it. And some of them are really sad stories about they've been on drugs for years. Even when they were a child, they were on drugs. And so they really appreciate the talk and the help. And we also explain to them that if we do get them into rehab, if they don't complete it and they leave before their completion, there is going to be a warrant out for their arrest, and they will be picked up. And if they do complete it, we pick them up from the rehab. The rehab center calls us and said, okay, they're complete. You can come pick them up. But we do take them back to jail, and they have to be there to go in front of the judge to make the decision what their progress is, doing. Yeah. And like I said, I see females over there. I see males over there. I see people that have been in there several times. And I just talk to them, and let them know that we're there to help.
You are their last chance when they're sitting in front of you. It's a lifeline of all lifelines. It really is.
And I tell them that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do they respond to that with most of the times?
Yeah, they know.
Most of them know. Yeah.
They know that they've already been to the judge or court, and the judge just says, okay, we're going to give you the opportunity of going to rehab or prison.
Yeah.
So,
most of them have already been to prison.
Yeah. Right. And so if they decide, we have had a couple that have said, no, I don't want rehab.
Right.
Well, then they're going to have to face consequences when they go back to court in a couple of days,
Is there a resentencing once rehab is finished? I know they have to finish serving out their term, but do they see a judge before finishing their sentence just to say, hey, I did my rehab with Safe Passage?
That's why they have to go back to jail after they complete their rehab. Right. They go back to jail, and then the next day or so they see the judge, and he knows that they've completed it, and then he decides what to do.
So the sentence could be edited based on their performance and then how they're feeling. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge because if you're going in with a severe offense and now you're rehabilitated and not going to do that again, and you can prove that, that's huge.
And then if they do that, then he might say, okay, we're going to put you on drug court.
Right.
So where drug court, they have to go to meetings all the time and do their drops all the time and everything.
And then they're also being monitored there.
And they're being monitored. Exactly.
That's a very long progress. Yeah. It takes 2 to 3 years to go through drug court, and they're very strict with it.
Yeah. So if you're able to prove that you did it, you're proving that, you didn't
Right.
just skate
and
by
and,
something.
and it's a big deal to go to
Mhm.
drug court and complete it because they have a graduation,
Yeah.
and that's really nice.
Yeah.
Really rewarding for them.
Yeah, those graduations seem like really special, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to have on a graduate here on the show whenever we can. That'll be exciting to hear a story from
Okay.
them. But we are going to take our first short little break here. I'm sitting down with Debbie Prince and Denise Evans, both with Safe Passage. They coordinate everything going on over there, and it's just a great program they are running. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show. We'll be right back here on the WTIM Information Station.
Your information station, WTIM. Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Information Station. My name is Tim Zalabak, and we're going to continue the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. Now we're going to get right back into it with a couple of the Safe Passage coordinators here, Debbie Prince and Denise Evans. We've talked all about the great Safe Passage program so far, and now I wanted to start with a little question here. When an addict wants to maybe change their ways, do they have to be convicted of a crime before entering Safe Passage, or can they walk right in your door and get
No.
their journey started?
No, they do not have to be convicted of crime. They can walk in and be safe. They don't have to. They can walk in and they can ask to see us. Okay. They're safe then. When they ask to see us, there's not going to be an officer come down and arrest them. It's, we always tell them when they start, we're going to ask you some personal questions. Just tell us the truth, because that's the only way we can help you and get you into the right rehab. no matter what you tell us, you're not going to be arrested, you know, and, how much drugs you're doing or whatever. And we're just going to, try to get you through this, Um, so they pretty much, open up, you know. I tell them, there's no cameras on them, there's no mics or anything to where they can hear. The chief's not going to come down and see us. But anyway, they are pretty honest after that, because if they come in and they want help, they're pretty much to the bottom,
They've already hit rock bottom.
rock bottom,
Mhm.
they maybe lost everything they had.
Yeah.
And they really are ready to make a change.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's called Safe Passage for a reason, because
Right.
it's not a confession room that you're in where you got two
No.
detectives questioning
Right.
you. No, you
Right.
guys are trying
No.
to figure out where to start here, and
Mhm.
nothing they say is going to scare you off or
Right.
stop you from caring from them.
Right.
So that's huge.
Now, the only way that maybe they would not get in is if they have a warrant,
Mhm.
but they can still come in and ask for help. They tell us they have a warrant, then we can call and sometimes get that warrant squashed, meaning we talk to authorities, we get them into rehab, and then them knowing that after they get out of rehab, that warrant's going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Or they're going to take care of it then.
So the walk-ins, those are available all the time.
Yes.
If
All
you
the
are
time.
if you are struggling, you can walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
Walk in, call make an
us.
appointment, whatever.
Perfect.
I've had, in fact, last night, this morning when I got up, I checked my emails and stuff, and I had two of them
Mhm.
call or, send me messages. We have a page on Facebook called Taylorville Safe Passage, or Safe Passage of Taylorville, I think. And you can go on there, and that's where we put a lot of the different things that we do. When we help somebody or whatever, we mention no names. Everything's anonymous, but it's a good thing to read and, just see what's going on in the Safe Passage world.
Yeah, that's totally helpful there. And what really amazes me, and gosh, I can't even imagine when you guys find the time, but these people are emailing you directly, Miss Evans.
Right.
It's crazy. You guys, I thought there would be people for that, but you guys are the people for that.
We're the people.
You guys are, people are reaching out to you guys directly, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys are seeing people really at their lowest, and they know to come to you. And how are people finding out about you to begin with? Is it through the Facebook, or do those people kind of just know?
Facebook, their friends,
Mhm.
they might say, well, go in there. I got help. I didn't get arrested. I didn't get this or
Right.
accused of anything, or they didn't ask me where I got these drugs or who I'm buying them from or anything. And so then their friends like, oh, well, maybe I'll try it, and because a lot of them do say, well, my friend called and you helped them. And, um, I think we've just made it known that they're safe when they start talking to us, as long as they tell us the truth. And same as talking to Chief Wheeler.
Sure.
He's out there to help them too. When we started Safe Passage, the officers here didn't know. Of course, they didn't have it. And so right after we came here, July 1st of, 19, I think.
19.
He got his officers together and told them, okay, we're going to have this program, blah, blah, blah. And now the officers are very good about letting us know if they see someone that's maybe tweaking down the road or whatever, and they might need help, and or they have also asked them if they needed help and brought them into us. So instead of arresting them,
Yeah. Chief Deputy Wheeler, I've had him on the show here, and gosh, it's great how they have all just gotten on board with Safe
Right.
Passage.
They
It's
have.
part of the department now, and it's just part of the way
Right.
they operate.
Right.
That's huge. We got about a minute left, guys, and I really appreciate you guys being on today. Is there you mentioned the Facebook? Is there any websites or information where people can go to for help?
Just get on the Facebook and go to Safe Passage of Taylorville. And our phone numbers are there, 217-638-3247, 217-777-0080, 820
1951.
1951.
Perfect. That's the one for Debbie.
Mhm.
Right.
All right. Great. We got all that out there. And thank you guys again for being on with us today.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. That was Denise Evans and Debbie Prince with Safe Passage here in Taylorville. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the WTIM Morning Show. You are listening to the WTIM Information Station.
Your information station, WTIM.